Friends, welcome to Sadbhavana channel. And Sadbhavana channel always brings new stories about life, its cultures, social, and all that matters to us to make our life better. We are happy to have Miss Michelle from St. Luke Church, Defense College, Delhi. Michelle, we would like to know about you. What is your educational qualification and your work?
Well, I work as an IT and communications person for Viva India. It is for the safety and education of children. And also, I am part of the Delhi movement, taking care of the database and operations team about it.
Good to know that you are working with the children, especially their safety, and what sort of difficulties that you encounter when you meet these children, and what way we can support them to being grown up as a child of God.
Truly, with times changing, and we see that the children are not safe anymore, and that is also the reason of us maybe educating the smaller children on very primary things of how to safeguard themselves, good touch, bad touch. And what we do also is that we have sessions with teachers. Sometimes we also get to see that teachers are unaware who is a child. Very basic question. Who is a child? And we know that children are all under the age of 18. Sometimes we come across where they think children are just till 12, 13. So when we do also sessions with children, we see that they're unaware. Then there are so many laws in our own constitution that people are unaware of. And for them to know if by chance, if there is any crime, who to report to, which department you go to, how to address the situation. And institutions also where child protection policies these days is very necessary. So that is something that we try to bring across to people around to know what are the laws, how to report if there's any abuse. And also the foremost thing is, if you're working with children, how to keep yourself safe from any kind of problems.
Like these days, we see a lot of these things are happening. You said good touch and bad touch, especially in the schools atmosphere. Sometimes there is also misuse of the children happening in the schools. They may be blaming the teachers or whatever it is. What is the real situation? What is the real truth about this?
At times, children even may make up stories. There have been situations that it gets trouble for the teachers or for the staff. So in that way, we educate the staff on how to keep yourself safe from such situations. It's said that precaution is better than cure.
That is right.
So certain precautions to keep. Do not be with the child alone in a room. Always have someone else. Then do not touch the children inappropriately. There are a couple of things that people should know when they are working with children, what they can do or what they are and what they are not supposed to do. So that makes the child protection policy for the people.
What are the security or protection policies of the child? Since you are working it is good to inform people who are listening.
We have, according to the institutes, there are different policies that are made. You should have a safety officer. Then you should have a committee, which consists that if any problem arises, things should be taken into consideration. And if any child reports of it to the teacher, also one very important thing is what we also do with the teachers is to understand, because we do understand there are so many children that they have to teach.
Right.
But by the behavior of the child, if a child suddenly shows, very drastic changes,
Yeah.
there's definitely something wrong.
Yeah.
But at times when teachers are so, I think, burdened also with
Yeah.
the curriculum
Correct,
and
correct.
the number of children in the class,
Right.
that it goes unnoticed.
Right.
But if you take maybe 5 minutes from your class, and if you're able, and you're seeing the child every day, you will understand if a child has been abused in their own home.
Right.
So in that case, who do you approach? You approach this safety committee in your own school. Then you have counseling with the child, a counselor. Then maybe you would approach the parents that
Right.
this is what has been found with your child. If there has been any abuse, then how is it to be taken forward in terms of maybe reporting it in the authorities? If it can be taken care of at the
Yeah.
school level,
Right.
that is fine.
Yeah.
See, we need to understand that if we know of a crime
Right.
and if we keep quiet,
Right.
we are just as much
Yeah.
as part of that crime
Okay.
if we don't report it.
Yeah.
That is also
That's
according to our
important, yeah.
Indian law.
Right. Right. But today, what we see in today, children are much more informed than
Yes.
even the elder teachers and all. They know much more media and to handle the mobile and
Yes, true.
applications and things like that. So they are also threatening sometimes. The teachers, they are also threatening like parents. So the society is under pressure by the children because children are dominating today. Earlier, parents could tell them, okay, child, do this, or teachers could also beat them with the stick earlier times, touch them. Now, those things are now unimaginable today. So if child is mischievous and trying to threaten the teachers or elders, what is their safety? Actually, you have to also think of the other way. Yeah, not only safety of the children, but safety of the people who are looking after them, who are educating them. And
That is very true because teachers, I think, have to be more aware of their surroundings these days, of the mischievous children who can, I would say, play pranks
right,
and get them into trouble. So in that case, that's when we make the teachers also aware that why we are doing these where children abuse happens,
right,
and the precautions to take, because to safeguard themselves.
right,
Yes, definitely the foremost thing is of safety of children. But if we do not take care of, making those boundaries,
right,
we will fall into some trouble.
right,
Because children are much smarter because they are very advanced with technology.
right,
Again, I would say is that it comes down to families also. Family plays a very important role. We can't expect everything from the school or the institution because I think maximum time the families are engaged with children.
children, yeah,
Nowadays, because of nuclear families, parents are having to work, so there's a problem that is being faced. And children sometimes are mischievous because they want attention. They are grasping for
yeah,
attention.
yeah,
So they will do anything to really get attention of, whether in a good way or a bad way, of their parents,
right,
of the teachers. So we have to, maybe if we find such children, they need to be counseled.
right,
Anything there, if there's a problem, it's not always on the surface area. We need to go to the root.
right,
Everything that happens, even if a person who we term as bad, we have to first see what circumstances they went through, what caused them to be like that.
yeah,
So I would say that we need our families, our parents to be, I think, going through certain sessions to see how they can give more time to their children, even though they might be at work. They have work pressure, they have home pressure, they have certain deadlines in projects, they have commitments. But if God has given you a gift,
yeah,
children are a gift
gift of God, yeah,
to God,
Yeah.
from God and to the family, to the society.
right,
Each one is, a precious gift of God. And the family, the parents are to nurture that child.
right,
I would say, I think somewhere also the family, the parents are to be responsible that to nurture their child in the correct manner. We may put the blame that there's a lot of technology around, but who's giving them those mobile phones? Who's giving them the access to internet? They need to go for, maybe if they want help, they can go to the institutes. The schools can arrange for such sessions, how to keep children or how to maintain safeguarding online safety. Because there are many ways. Even at home, if you're having internet, obviously children have to do projects. They are to go to Google and ask for and do their work. But some way there is a scope where parents can have a look or have a say into that. Even how much are they, like these days, if we'd see, even children from, I think, 5 or 6, they're having mobile phones. If they don't get the mobile phones of their parents, they start showing tantrums. And sometimes the parents, to get the child off from whatever they want, they want peace of mind. Let's just give them mobile or switch on the TV.
Right.
So you see, that is something that needs to stop. I think in generations before, there was no television, no mobiles. So the best was to give children toys. They had things to play. You hardly see these days children going out to play. They don't have toys which will help them to build their brains or even work with their motor skills also.
Right.
It's because the only thing that works is these 2 fingers. Hold the mobile and keep flipping. So somewhere parents also need to take responsibility.
The parents have a greater responsibility to care for the children and nurture them in a proper way. And today the world has changed into technology, and everything is changed, behavior has changed. So there is a greater pressure and a responsibility on the parents to nurture their child, because children are a gift of God. God has given us, the society will continue in greater things through the children. And I thank you so much, Michelle, for sharing such important informations about the children, their security, and how the parents should take care of the children through parental guidance.
Yes.
And thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you.